Natalie. In today's video, I am going to share with you 3 different healthy brunch recipes that you can recreate. All of these recipes are gluten-free, they're dairy-free, they're healthy, and they are delicious. And the best part is they come together pretty quickly. So you can definitely impress a crowd if you don't want to spend a ton of time in the kitchen, but you still want to make your guests happy. And as always, the recipes will be listed in the description box down below. Let's jump right into it. This first recipe is one of my favorites because it takes little to no effort, but the presentation on the plate looks so fancy and it looks like you put a ton of time into it. So all you need to do is make this berry compote, which really doesn't take much time. You just throw fresh berries into a saucepan, and I like to add a little bit of maple syrup, and then go ahead and cook those down until they start to bubble a little bit, and the kitchen will start to smell amazing as well. And what you'll do is go ahead and cut up some fresh fruit. In this case, I had some figs that I just pulled from the tree, so I am preparing those, and it's hard to not sample all of the figs when I'm cutting them because they're so delicious. And if you guys love figs as much as me, go hit this video on the top right corner where I teach you all about figs and how to plant your own figs. Alright, so it's all about plating now. So I'm using my favorite non-dairy yogurt, and I live by this stuff. When it comes to dairy-free yogurt, it's hard to find a thick one, but I really like this brand. So throw your favorite yogurt on a plate. It's all about a plate, not a bowl. And then some crunchy granola. I actually made this granola. If you want the recipe for that, it's in another video. I'll link it down below. And I went ahead and added some figs on top as well. And I needed a little bit of extra sweetness, so what I did first was add the berry compote to the plate, and I wanted to create a beautiful swirl within the yogurt so it showed some of like the berry juice, and there wasn't a ton of juice left over, so I just swirled it with my spoon and it worked out great. So I added some almond butter on top and then honey for sweetness, and you can also add some salty or flaky salt on top, which is fun. I love salt and everything, but the presentation on this thing is absolutely insane, so that's why I call it the gourmet yogurt plate. Up next is the classic avocado toast with a poached egg. So this one is going to please every single person in your crowd if you have guests over. So the first step is just to get those poached eggs ready to go. I say poached eggs, but really what we're doing is boiling the eggs and taking them out after about 6 minutes so that the inside of the egg is a little bit runny, which is basically a hard-boiled egg. So while that is cooking, what I like to do is prepare the tomatoes and the avocado or any other topping. So in this case, these tomatoes are straight from the garden, and so they're super fresh, and I like to chop them up into small little wedges and then prepare the avocado as well. Make sure it's ripe and ready to go. This sourdough bread is insane. It's gluten-free and the ingredients are so clean. There's absolutely no dairy in it too. So I toasted that up and then threw on some of the everything seasoning hummus, and this was really good. And I added on chunks of avocado to that, and then I went ahead and added those fresh tomatoes to the plate for a beautiful presentation. And they can also be added on top of the avocado toast, but I just found that it fell over. So then I add on the egg, which kind of looks like a poached egg, and then the pepper, some sea salt, and when you cut open the toast, and some balsamic on top as well. When you cut into the egg and the yolk is just oozing out, it's literally the most beautiful thing you've ever witnessed. Okay, and we are going to end on a sweet note. I love a good sweet brunch, so we are going to whip up some blueberry rosemary scones. Now, this recipe actually originated from the Minimalist Baker. I love her recipes, and I love to kind of switch them up a little bit, but use them as a base. So I will definitely leave her recipe down below, and I will also leave my recipe as well. But it's really simple to make, and I love using fresh rosemary as well from the garden. And you just mix your coconut oil right into the dry ingredients and then turn in all of the blueberries. And these are also dairy-free, gluten-free, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So once you get that dough all set, you just knead it out onto a floured surface. It can get a little bit messy, but you can also do this directly on a cookie sheet, so there's no minor cleanup. But I just did it on the countertop for fun, and I use a wooden spoon to cut my beautiful triangle scones, and I place those on a cookie sheet that also has parchment paper on it and throw it into the oven. I always like to undercook my scones a little bit so that they're gooey on the inside. I just love the taste of a gooey scone and like it's slightly crispy on the outside, but not too much. I always get excited when they're done. So it's really easy to eat all of these in one sitting because they're so addictive. But if you need some self-control, what I like to do is actually freeze them after I'm done, and it's great because they're frozen. You can pull them out whenever you want and have a nice scone. Alright, so those are the 3 different healthy brunch recipes. Let me know if you guys want to see more healthy recipe videos. Also, don't forget to sign up for the Level Up Your Life membership, which is 99 cents and is listed in the description box down below. Let me know what your favorite brunch recipe was, number 1, 2, or 3 in the description box down below. Alright guys, that's it for today. Bye.